Why, hello, people.
Hello, my people.
From all over the world. And we're coming to you in black and white today because black and white is classy, isn't it?
We look good.
Black and white, we look good. We're some good-looking brothers in black and white.
I'm in the background.
Once again, it's your host, Ray Tucker.
And Jay Jones.
And we're here in the DFW area. I'm going to tell you where we stand on a few things. And I'm not going to get into the technical stuff right now because I'm being real distracted. I'm real tempted to tell you why we go into black and white, but that's neither here nor there. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on that. But you can read about it on the blog. I've been trying to address the technical issues. We've been growing and rolling with the punches and stuff like that. And, God is faithful.
Yes, he is.
Period. I don't need to add anything else to that. But, God is faithful.
I got something to add.
How was that?
Our timer's going already. Not this time. Not this time. We got our timer ready. We didn't have to start late today. Yep. We're getting better. I think it's the black and white.
I think it is. I think
it's the black and white.
I think the black and white helps.
Something like that.
Made it classy. All right, fine. I'm going to tell you. Look, so it's a lot easier. It's so much easier to not have to worry about color saturation and color matching and cameras being a little off and one's a little more green, one's a little more red, blah, 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 and whatever. I only got to worry about tone. And if you listen to this on a podcast, you really don't care.
Right.
It's neither here nor there. If you close your eyes, well, I'm black and white.
Right.
But anyways, today we're going to continue our talk on sex. On sex. Right? Again, on the podcast, you don't see what we're doing, so you don't get the joke. But anyways, and we're going to talk about how we are sexual beings, right? So we're still going on the basically we're going to tell you a little bit about living creatures, living beings, and sexual beings, and what those really are. We're going to unpack all that stuff there. So we're going to start off with defining what a living creature is.
A creature.
Yeah. So Genesis 1:20. Then God said, "Let the waters abound with an abundance of" what?
Living creatures.
Then also in Genesis 1:24, then God said, "Let the earth bring forth" what?
Living creatures.
That's right. According to its kind. So you're probably wondering, what does the living creature mean in the original language? So
I was.
In Hebrews, that is nepis. I believe I'm pronouncing it correctly. If I'm wrong, then someone who speaks Hebrew is going to correct me on the comments. The Strong's reference is H5315. And so context is king, right?
It is.
God is creating a multitude of creatures and ecosystems, and these creatures, although animated, are not sentient.
Right.
They're instinctual.
Yes.
But not rational. And we're going to get into that a little more. Right. All right. So you're probably wondering, okay, it started off with sexual beings. We're still on the topic of sex. You're probably wondering, like, why is this important in relation to sex? Right. Well, I believe it's important to establish a difference between animals and humans from a creation standpoint first, so that we can better explain why we believe some sexual practices are either moral or amoral.
Right.
All right. Because sex is a moral thing. Right. When God said it was good for a man and woman, or for a man to be alone, and then he gave him a woman, a partner, to be his wife, that's morality. Anything sex outside of the marriage is immoral. Absolutely. Because it's a subversion of the purpose that God intended. Right. And then furthermore, if we're all animals, then morality is just an evolutionary roadblock. Absolutely. Right? Why should I feed the poor if you couldn't help yourself? Right. If evolution is all about survival of the fittest, if I'm fit and you're not, poo-poo to you, right? Right. You're lost. Right. Why should I give from my abundance? So morality does not help evolution in a strict sense. Some might say, well, yeah, it kind of helps in other ways, and I don't buy those arguments. But anyways, but also even more insidious is that if we're all animals, and with no morals, then rape and sexual abuse will become the evolutionary winning model. Mm-hmm. Because if it comes down to, oh, I'm stronger than you, and because I'm stronger than you, now my seed is more valuable than you, so therefore I'm going to go plant my seed wherever I can, right? And if I can take it from you, then poo-poo on you, you're a loss.
Yeah.
All right? Yeah. It becomes very insidious. So we're not animals.
Yeah, but you got me thinking about my dogs. Both of my dogs are fathers. One of them is 1. The other one he'll be 3 in September.
Yep.
And the one that's about to be 3, he's made 2 litters.
Oh, wow.
He's not married. He has no desire to be married. Those dogs were in heat. They did what was instinctual in them. Mm-hmm. And as a matter of fact, the second female, both of my dogs locked with her.
Wow.
And guess what? The 1-year-old is the son of my 3-year-old. He doesn't know it's his son.
Wow.
When we brought him on, he was like, who's this? When we brought him around, he had no desire in relationship with those puppies. Mm. It's just simply instinctual, breed, and I'm done with you.
Pretty much. I mean, even even I'm not going to go so far into that, but there are some times when breeding, you would inbreed, and stuff like that. And sometimes the benefits of that, other times there's not, right. But still that's incest, right? So, I mean, anyways, we're not animals, right. But I'm not a breeder either, so I'm not going to go too deep into that.
Exactly.
But anyways, so we're going to define living beings. And so the difference being is that in Genesis 1:26-27, God said, let us make man in our image according to what?
Our likeness.
And then also, it goes on to say, so God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created them, male and female, he created them.
Right.
And so what is his image? Right?
Right.
We believe that in John 4:24, it says, God is spirit, mm-hmm. and those who worship him must worship in spirit and in truth.
Yes.
Right? This is where morals come from. Like, right. Morals are an indelible attribute to God, mm-hmm. in as much as my brown skin is an indelible attribute to me. You can't separate the two. Absolutely. You can't call God, an immoral God. That doesn't make sense. If he's immoral God, then he's not a God.
Absolutely.
He's man.
Absolutely.
And God is not a man that he should lie.
We kind of talked about this in previous episodes, so I may be repeating myself, but just talking about the whole idea of being image bearers. Yeah. I mean, here's your earth, rule over it, be relational, have relationships, even take part in creation when you make children. I mean, that's just from an image standpoint. Likeness, we have characteristics of God. Now, sinfully, anger, mm-hmm. And there are some that are redeemed when you do become a believer, and there are some that even
there's righteous anger,
right? And even when we are unbelievers, we still have characteristics like happiness, love, mm-hmm. things of that nature, and so we definitely are not the same as animals are, is what I'm really getting at.
Yeah, man, we go. It gets me mad. People call us the same thing as animals. But anyways, so we are living beings, and we're gonna unpack that. What does the Bible say about living beings? So Genesis 2:7, and the Lord formed God. Blah blah blah. And the Lord God.
Don't get into that argument.
Totally had a misspeak there. Anyways, right. The Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living being. So what then is a being? Hold on a second. So also, I messed something here. Let me back up. This phrase living being, if you look it up in the Hebrew, it actually is the same word as living creature. Yes, it is nepes. It's the same word. Mm-hmm. So you're probably thinking, oh, aha. So no difference. Gotcha. Right. They're the same thing. But this is why I say context is king.
Yes, sir.
Context is king. Mm-hmm. And we're going to go into that a little bit more, why we believe they're separate. You know, they're not the same thing just because you use the same word. A lot of times, even in English, we use the same word for a lot of stuff and mean different things.
You must be in my head. You pulled that right out of my head. Absolutely. That's why it's so hard to learn our language.
You know, so sometimes we say that, oh, well, you know, everyone should learn English. English is so easy. Blah, blah, blah. English is a vacuum of languages.
Oh, my goodness.
You realize I can say one sentence and speak like 3 languages?
Mm-hmm.
You know, exit is Italian. Debris is French.
Mm-hmm.
Entrepreneur is French.
Mm-hmm.
The list goes on.
Right.
You know, taco is Mexican.
Right. Wow. Is Mexican?
So you can't hate Mexicans and not and eat their food at the same time.
Exactly.
So you can't be like, oh, get out of our country, and then be like Taco Tuesday.
Right. Food is amazing too.
Anyways, I'm not gonna go on that. I'm not gonna bite off Trevor Noah anymore either. But so that what then is a being? So let's break down that word, right? So the word is really 2 parts. You know, first is the word be, and then the word, or not even the word, but the suffix ing, right?
Right.
And be is the verb be is an intransitive verb, and the suffix ing is a transitive verb. I'm not going to go too deep into what those words mean, right?
English major?
I actually do want to study like etymology, right? But anyways, the verb be it means to have an objective existence, have reality or actuality. And the verb ing is action or process.
Yes.
Therefore, the word being equals the continual process of objective existence, aka eternal being.
Yes.
Right?